We live, we hot. Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God. And this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You gotta click the bell icon for notifications to know when I go live in a dead crypto market. Where everybody is. You want to know why the market is dried up right now? Look at this Ethereum price action. Nobody in the crypto market has experienced this level of volatility ever. The volatility is so low right now. It's like a fucking ghost town out there. I tweeted out that I was going live on Twitter. Literally didn't get a single response. It is dead out there. But you are tuning in, so you are wise. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on the Instagram for some gym motivation, as well as TradingView, which perhaps at some point I'll be active again on TradingView. One word, whoop, Crypto Bull God. It's right here. Appreciate everybody new tuning in. If you could crush that thumbs up button for me. You can use your fingers, you can use your elbows, you can use your toes, you can use whatever you want. Vivek, welcome in, my friend. Guys, we got bullish closes. We have monthly closes to cover today. Monthly closes to cover. I'm very excited today to talk about several charts. We have several charts to cover here on a monthly time frame that we're going to go over here. So very excited to bring that to you today. Hope everybody's having a really nice day. What's up, my brother Rashid? It's funny how quickly the weather can change here in South Florida. It was supposed to be nice out all week. Started getting cloudy out today. I was like, what the hell's going on? It's supposed to be sunny out. All of a sudden, the forecast changed from bright sunny skies to cloudy and rainy all week. I don't know how the hell that happens, but welcome to South Florida. So appreciate everyone new tuning in. This evening during the live stream, I will be enjoying a nice, pretty nice Chianti. For those who follow me on Twitter, you will see that I had a date night on Sunday. If you come down here, hold on. If you come down here, where the hell are we at? If you follow me. Once in a while I post videos like this. I had a date night with myself. It was a fun time. I don't mind going out to dinner by myself, but I was out to dinner. I had a bottle of Chianti. Definitely didn't finish it all, so I'm enjoying a glass from that. That was on Sunday. All right, guys, let's jump into the charts here. You can see the market, for the most part, is red. There's a few projects that are up today. It looks like the dumpster fire, otherwise known as the flare token, is up. XRP's up a little bit. Guys, anyone in the XRP community, if you didn't see the XRP video that I posted, I just tweeted it out. I put an XRP video up there a week and a half ago, and price action is literally playing out exactly like I said it would. I mean, I get bad calls and I get good calls, and so far XRP is doing exactly what I said in that video. Wow, lost my train of thought. I would suggest checking out the video. That's what I would suggest doing. Looking at traditional markets today, it looks like we're getting a little bit of strength in the dollar. Markets are sort of relatively flat, I would say. We'll get into those. Guys, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, show a little love and support here. You can hide the comments to do that. We need to get this content out to more people. All right. We always start off with the 12-hour just to assess the shorter term, lower term price action. It is one of those statistically significant charts that no one else talks about, that I've covered extensively on this channel. A lot of historical significance on the 12-hour chart that I've covered ad nauseum in prior videos. But you can see right now we're still hanging out in this orange box. That's all we're doing. We still have this descending RSI we need to break out above. One of the key points that I haven't hit on in this live stream in a while is on the 12-hour chart. When we start making this bull run towards a euphoric top, okay? This RSI, interestingly enough, you can go back in time and back test this, which we've done on prior live stream, at least one prior live stream. We really don't like to go below 30. And you'll notice we had one final dip here, which I pointed to back in, I think it was September of 2020, before our euphoric run there that we hit 64,000. We did the same thing, and then we never went below 30 again. Right now, the RSI on the 12-hour is holding right about 30. I don't expect it to deviate much below that. So 12 hours just kind of boring. We did get a bounce here. We were petering towards the mid $28,000 range today. All of a sudden, we saw a spike in volume come in. And I also saw track, by the way, ticker symbol TRAC, Origin Trail. Brand new TA video coming out tomorrow. Minimum price target for me is a 23x from current price levels at the top of this fifth wave that's going to happen either late this year or early next year. I would encourage you to check it out. It's a great project, but it has a great market structure, so I would encourage you to check that out. Yeah, 1 hour chart, Vivek. I'll take your word for it. We typically don't like to go down to those lower time frames. Maybe on a lower time frame, maybe there is a falling wedge, but I typically don't like to go. I don't really like to go down to that low of a time frame on this channel. All right, guys, this is the part of the video that I was looking forward to. I'm going to start diving into key charts and assess the price action going on the monthly. Why do we want to pay attention to monthly price action? It's such a high time frame. Guys, most of you should have 95% of your holdings in investments. You should have like 5% or less that you actively trade with. That's just my opinion. Never financial advice, but if you really want to be successful in this market, you're going to continue scaling in at logical levels, and you're going to scale out at logical levels based on your time horizon and investment thesis. That's why a monthly is so important, because a monthly high time frame like this is going to give you a really macro perspective on the market and help you to appreciate really what's going on, because you're not finding it right now because there's not a lot of volatility, but usually there's a lot of volatility day to day. You don't want to get lost in that. You want to be able to get out of the woods, get up in your private jet, look over the entire forest and see it for what it is before getting. You don't want to get lost in the woods. You follow the analogy? So right now on the monthly, this wasn't the candlestick. Full disclosure, as you know, this is not the candlestick for the month of July I was anticipating. Now, I do want to say this before we start getting into how bullish the close still is. This candlestick close for July, because we did not push up towards that $35.5 thousand to $43,000 area month in July, it is starting to leave me feeling a little bit more skeptical in terms of us getting our blow off top this year. It's increasingly starting to shift my thought process that we might not have this blow off top this year. This thing, if you followed my Bitcoin halving video, guys, I just put out a video on, I think it was Friday. No, it was Wednesday, July 19th. Bitcoin halving big price, okay? In that video, I state two likely paths for Bitcoin in my opinion. The punchline is one has a blow off top this year in the fourth quarter, and one has a blow off top going into the halving, right around the halving. Maybe it occurs a little after the halving, but basically right around the halving. Because we didn't get that big push up in July, remember, my belief is we need more runway, right? We need more runway for that plane to take off and have that parabola. I really wanted to see July come in stronger. This is putting a little bit of doubt, a little bit more doubt into my head about a blow off top this year, and I would give a little bit more, shift some of that probability from feeling like maybe before I was feeling like a 65-35 about it being this year versus next year. Starts to shift it to like 55-45, 50-50. I mean, it's really shifted it because we really haven't gotten that push that I'm expecting. Could we still get a new all-time high this year? Yeah, absolutely. I still think that it's very possible to see a new all-time high this year. We have plenty of time to do that. But in terms of the actual blow-off top, starting to feel a little bit more skeptical about that, thinking we might need a few more months going into 2024. Now, with that being said, if we look at the price indicators, one of the reasons I'm really excited is because look at the MACD, guys, on the monthly. When's the last time we had a positive cross? Now, it's not above zero yet, but that thing I think is going to move pretty quickly once price takes off here, because you know about that compression in price we've been talking about for a while. All those Bollinger Bands are very tight, volatilities at historic lows. We're going to make some strong move, either up or down. You know which way I feel. This MACD has crossed positive. When's the last time that happened? The last time we went from negative to positive was back here. It looks like in well, that is hilarious. July of 2020. So nearly 2 years ago. Guys, this is monumental. We got a negative cross on the MACD monthly in January of 22. So for 19 months, for nearly 2 years, we were negative, and we finally had a positive cross. This is monumentally bullish, guys. When you start getting these bullish MACD crosses in the monthly, they historically have led to large rises in prices. Wait till we take a look at XRP. The other really positive thing that I'm seeing in this chart, look at the, sorry about that. Look at the RSI. We're above this 50 line. I sort of identified this 46 to 50 range that I wanted to get above and stay above. We've stayed above the 50 line. The next line that I have indicated here is just about at 59. It's at 58.6. So it's very bullish that we've maintained the relative strength index at and above 50. Now what we want to see is a push above roughly 58.6. How about the stochastic RSI? Looks very healthy. And again, the ADXDI that I have on here, usually we've looked at it on a 1 week chart. What you want to see is the green and red wider apart, and the green is above the red, and then I think it's the ADX indicator. It's this purple line here. You want to see this cross up. So we're starting, the red is negative and the green is positive, which is great. They're in the right order. Green is above red, but you want to see this gap get larger and larger. Again, some of this just is leaving me feeling like we're not going to have this blow off top until maybe, you know, going into the halving. I'm just starting to more and more lean that way. So we'll have to be patient and just see how price develops this year. But new all-time highs this year, definitely very much in the cards for me as a very strong possibility. Ethereum, guys, this is why the market is so blah. Look at this. We're not used to this in crypto. There's nothing bearish about this. In fact, it's bullish that we've maintained price levels on the monthly above this 15 EMA that I've identified in the past, because typically when we've been above it, we've seen these monumental rises in prices. When we've been below it, we've seen a drop in price, right? Drop in price. So we've maintained these monthly closes above the 15 EMA on the monthly. Let's fucking go, Josh. We've maintained the monthly closes on the EMA again. I feel like some of this is just the community within crypto. We have a lot of TikTokers. Got a lot of TikTokers. We have a lot of people who are impatient. Just because the price is doing this, don't let it weed you out. Zoom out, assess the higher time frames, and let's see if there's something turning within the charts that's starting to get us more bullish in nature. That's what I'm attempting to share with you. We've maintained price above this moving average, which is great. Now let's look at the price indicators. What do we have here? MACD has not crossed yet, but look at how flat this thing. You can be any more flat. That's what she said. It wouldn't be good if she said, but couldn't be any more flat. Look at how this has flattened out here. Again, expressing the low volatility. All this thing has to do is crank up just a little bit to the upside. We're going to get our positive cross, and we will be above zero. I'm going to put out a video on why I believe Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin in 2024. Look out for that. Probably next week. RSI is looking good. We're at 50. We're at 50, okay? And stochastic RSI looks healthy. XRP looks very healthy, guys. Now, XRP is actually, in some ways, leading the charge here, because if you look at the monthly, which I'm a little surprised by, if you look at the monthly, look at the histogram on the MACD and look at how close we are to being above zero, right? And the RSI continues to creep up. The RSI, when the hell was the RSI the last time it was this high? Wow. The RSI has not been this high since roughly November of 2021. This 55 is a very high reading. If we just put a line there on XRP RSI on the monthly, right here, you can see that is a major area. In fact, if I had to draw an area of price confluence I'd want to stay above, it would probably be right around there, which we're above. What line is that? 53? We're just going to make that 53. So very healthy to see we're above 53. Turn that into a green line of support. So that's the RSI. Stochastic RSI looks good. MACD's looking really healthy, guys. This is my general expectation. We're really in this rounding bottom, you know, and if we continue to see price action, I mean, price action is just stair-stepping up. Okay? At some point, we're just going to enter a parabola and go up. And I will release a video on my expectations for price targets for XRP. No, by 2024, I do not expect XRP to hit $20 to $30. I know there's a lot of that talk out there. I was in that camp upwards of 3 years ago, but when the price sort of fell apart structurally the way it did for me, and it didn't create a new all-time high, sort of changed my expectations of where I see price going. So I will share what I view as a realistic price target for XRP in an upcoming video, but I don't see the 20 to 30. Will XRP someday get to $20 to $30? Yes, I think that is very possible, but not by next year. No, I don't see that. Doge, you can see I haven't updated this in a while because green is for support. That's resistance. So what is going on now that we lost that resistance? This is Doge? No, this is Doge BTC. I was going to say, that does not look like a Doge chart. Let's get to the Doge USD chart. Okay. Pull it up there. I was like, that does not look familiar to me. Why am I not recognizing this? Doge. Here we go. Doge monthly. Digibytes on deck. Yeah, so I got this. It looks like I have a 20 moving average, a 20 simple moving average I want to see us get above. Let's look at the price indicators real quick. The indicators. Look at the MACD flattening out. We don't have the positive cross yet, but we're very close to it. RSI is at 47. We want to see that thing pick up a bit. Stochastic RSI. Now, what I like to see here is with the most recent monthly close, we've had a bullish cross on the RSI, and we're above 20. Okay, momentum is starting to pick up in this chart. Okay. Now, what I would want to see, in addition to, sorry if I'm giving you conniptions on the auto scale. Let me take this off. Now, what I'd also like to see is I'd like to see price action break out from this descending line here. See this this descending line. We want to break out. For me, Doge isn't going to get super interesting. And by the way, I think for the first time, I actually bought some Doge. So I am technically an owner of Doge. I bought it last week. I bought it at around 7 cents. So I am is it at 7 cents right now? Okay, well, I'm flat on where I bought it at. No, it's at 7.9. Okay, I thought I was up like 10%. Okay, so 7.94 cents. Things are not going to get interesting to me until you see Doge definitively break above this line here at 12.7. Because once we're up here and we get it's not about getting a wick up here. You see how we've wicked up here? I'm not talking about price wicks. Let me get this moving average off. I'm not talking about the price wicks because you can see in months past, these 2 months here, we wicked above the 12.7 cent level, but we couldn't close above it. Once we get a monthly close above here in this area, now all we have are really these areas of price confluence here. We've erased all of this stuff. We now have erased all of this low price action here, and now we can continue the stair steps up towards well over $1, which I think Doge is going well over $1, in my opinion. Digibyte, very good. Let's focus on the price indicators first. Very good to see that finally we're starting to see the MACD turn positive here. We're getting across. We're all the way down here. Something to keep in mind with these volatile assets. What's the best way to put this? This has a higher market cap. Ethereum has a higher market cap. So it's because it has a market capitalization, even though it's a volatile asset, the volatility is less, and so you should see a more smoother result in your price indicators. This MACD should look a little bit smoother, right? Still volatility, but a little bit smoother. When you go to a lower market cap like a Digibyte, look at how volatile this thing is, right? We're all the way down here, but then all of a sudden we shoot up, and then we come all the way down, and all of a sudden we're going to shoot up again. So I understand that we're way down here on the MACD, but don't feel as a Digibull negative about that, because what I would focus on is the fact that we're starting to cross now, and this has turned green for the first time. since May of 2020, guys. It has been over 3 fucking years since we've seen the MACD on the monthly for Digibyte go from negative to positive. I'm not shilling anything. I never put out videos that I don't believe in. I do believe Digibyte is ready to explode, okay? And the monthly close is further validating that comment. Over 3 years since we've seen the monthly get positive like this. What about the RSI? Where are we at on the RSI? I don't know what the hell I have drawn here. I'm trying to draw some correlation there. RSI is pretty low at 42. Stochastic RSI. Now, another thing I would point out here, stochastic RSI, look at this. Positive crossing, we've stayed above 20. Very, very good to see. But as far as when am I really going to get excited, we need to get above, it looks like I have drawn here the 21 EMA. When we've been above the 21 EMA, we've had significant price action to the upside. When we've been below it, you can see what we've done. It's the blue line. I really want to start getting, where I'm going to get excited is when we get a monthly close above 1 point, DigiBulls, keep this in mind, Digibyte community, 1.75 cents. Why 1.75 cents? Because of the price confluence and what it would mean. We're now above all of this, okay? All this price action we're above, and now we're just dealing with this up here. The other reason is we're above the 21 EMA. I really want to get to this level right here. And then ultimately, I mean, when we start pushing above 5 cents, then shit's going to really start to get real. But 1.75 cents is my first critical area on the monthly I want to get above on a close. What other charts? What other charts? Guys, we didn't take a look at Litecoin. I want to take a look at Litecoin on a monthly close. I don't have a monthly chart. Maybe I just use this. Who in the live stream owns a Litecoin? Who is a Litecoin holder? I own a small amount. I own a small amount of all the OG coins. Well, most of them. I shouldn't say all of them. Yeah, so this ascending line here of support, we're continuing to follow this. Major area of resistance, I mean, you can see it here. We keep getting rejected. It looks like we could actually put a major area. I mean, it's splitting hairs, but $100, right? Need to see the monthly close get above $100 to start getting excited. MACD isn't as exciting as I'd like to see it. We have a positive cross. It's sort of flattened out. I want to see this thing tick up and get above 0. Stochastic RSI has had a cross down, but it's still high. And the RSI looks like it's at 49. I want to start to see it really start to churn up. Looks like we're not going to get excited until, I mean, I would say, okay, around 50, 51. So we really want to start to churn up around that 50, 51 level on the RSI for Litecoin. Does anyone here own Litecoin? I used to be really into Litecoin when I first got into crypto. Yeah, nothing else to really tell here for the monthly. Nothing super exciting. We're below the 50 SMA. We're above the 10 SMA, which is really good to see on the monthly. But I want to see us definitively close above 100 on the monthly. All right, we didn't take a look at total market cap yet, but I actually want to take a break from crypto and talk about how good this wine is. Now, I want to talk about traditional markets. Now, if you guys don't understand the value in understanding what is going on in traditional markets, maybe you're new to the live stream, allow me to just share some words of wisdom with you super quick that I've shared on this live stream a few times. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. Kathleen is not here to enforce the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. We need traditional markets to do well. And why is that? Because if traditional markets do well, market sentiment is good. And the higher market sentiment gets, the more bullish the narrative is for surrounding market sentiment, the more of a risk-on environment it's going to be. And so people will put their hard-earned fiat dollars into riskier assets like crypto. If the stock market isn't doing well and people are scared, they're not going to be putting a dime into crypto because of how risky it is. So hopefully that makes sense. So we need the stock market to do well. Now let's check out what's doing on all of these three major indices here. Let's take a look at the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. We're starting off with the NASDAQ here. The NASDAQ, the all-time high was 16,764. We are at 15,784. I want to level set the conversation for all the doomsdayers out there who are still saying that the stock market's going to roll over. Yes, I think we're going to have a really bad correction, but we're not there yet. I've been saying this for like a year now. We only have to, guys, I want you to look at this. We have to make less than a 7% move to get to our all-time high, guys. That's all we have to do for the NASDAQ, okay? And for those people out there that want to say, well, the NASDAQ is driven by a handful of companies, yeah, let's tell the other side of the story. As the narratives begin to shift towards a more bullish sentiment, what do you think investors are going to be looking at? They're going to be looking at laggards. They're going to be looking at stocks that have performed relatively not well versus the ones that have performed well, and they're going to start putting money into the laggards because they view those as ones that will run, right? So some of the movements up that we're going to see within the NASDAQ, within the S&P, within the Dow, they're going to be thrown in the laggards that haven't performed as well. Think about that for a moment. Think about the emotional sentiment. Think about the retail person. Think about the institutional investor that's trying to capitalize on gains. They're going to start going into some of these names that haven't run yet. Okay, that is what is going to prop up some of this increase in valuation that we're going to see. Guys, the monthly on the NASDAQ looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. Look at this MACD. It's crossed up. The histogram is increasing in value. Look at the histogram. Momentum is picking up. MACD. The RSI is nowhere near overbought. It's at 63, which is bullish. It's nowhere near overbought. And the stochastic RSI looks great. I'm not seeing anything worrisome here. I don't see anything worrisome here. I mean, and let me point this out. A general principle in charting is you want your moving averages in descending order. Hopefully I said that correctly. You want your 10 above the 20, above the 50. This 10 is the blue line. It just crossed above the 20 orange line, which is all above the 50. Okay? So we're having all the moving averages churning up in the right direction. We just got this cross. I mean, this is a hell of a looking chart. We're going to be creating new all-time highs this year. This looks great, and it's setting up well for crypto. Let's take a look at the S&P. Nobody here owns Litecoin. Okay. Look at the S&P. I mean, come on, guys. MACD, same story. RSI 61. Stochastic RSI looks fantastic. Again, I don't know how else I can spell this out for you. All these charts are just, they look great. You know when you've shared a chart with me, if it looks shitty, I'm telling you that it looks shitty. I wouldn't even focus on the moving average. These charts, this is a monthly high time frame. Oh my God, look at this thing. I mean, this is literally like a V-shaped recovery. Look at this. Boom, boom. Again, my view is we are going to roll over hard in traditional markets and crypto, but not until we create all-time highs. I've been saying this forever. Look at what kind of move we need to make in the S&P to get to all-time highs. We have to actually make less of a move. Guys, we have to go 5%. I mean, look, if you think we're going to roll over, it is certainly, let me just say this. There are no certainties in charting. Could we roll over? Yes. Yes. We could absolutely do this. We could create a lower high. We could have an area of resistance and game over, right? And just fucking roll around and do this shit, right? But what you need to understand from a charting perspective is that we're trying to assign probabilities to events occurring within the chart, right? There are no certainties. And in this case, because we've continued to successively take out these lower highs that were put in, all of these lower high regions that were put in, we continually are just taking them out. It is with each successive lower high that is recaptured and we move above it, it increasingly puts the probability in the favor of just continuing to churn higher until proven otherwise, until something shows up in the chart. Bearish divergences, price indicators start to go haywire. We start putting in lower highs and lower lows. This looks great. Let's look at the Dow, because I think the Dow actually, more recently, it was lagging a bit, but now it really, last time I looked at it, it really looked like it had caught up. Again, this is a monthly. Cross on the MACD. RSI is at 58. Now, if you were to say to me, hey, CBG, are you concerned about this? Fuck yeah, I'm concerned about it. There is massive on the monthly. And I pointed this out back in 2019. You can actually go way back. Guys, try me. Go way back to my videos in 2019. I was pointing to this negative divergence on the Dow Jones. This negative divergence is still in play from 2018. From January 18, for 5.5 years, we've had negative divergence on the Dow Jones. Right? So, and until invalidated, it's still present. So long term, is that worrisome to me? Is it concerning? Absolutely. But there's too much else going on in the market. I've continued to allude to for nearly 5 months since I've been doing this live stream that leave me feeling convicted about all-time highs. Guys, price indicators look great. I understand the negative divergence on the 5.5-year negative divergence. Everything else is looking fantastic, though. It should not. Once again, the best way to put it, the probabilities are in our favor, increasingly more so that we're going to create new all-time highs, because we continue to take out this bounce high. All these lower highs, we just continue to invalidate by going above them, okay? And it's increasing the probability we're just going to continue churning higher. Things are looking very, very, very good. Now, how much higher does the Dow Jones have to go to create a new all-time high, or to at least get to all-time highs, right? The Dow Jones only has to get to, look at this. Okay, guys, we're either going to move up 3.5%, 3 2/3%, or we're going to fucking roll over. You take the odds. I mean, and there is a probability we could double top. I mean, maybe we only go up 5% higher than here and just double top and then roll over. But I don't see that happening. We just crossed on the MACD on the monthly, okay? Again, this to me looks like a massive V-shaped recovery. I mean, who knows? This could turn into some sort of an inverse head and shoulders as well. We'll have to see how it plays out. But right now, when I'm looking at on the Dow, I just want to start taking out approximately 35,000. It looks like 800. And we're sitting at, where are we sitting? I want to take out approximately 35,845. And we're sitting at 35,630, guys. We just need to move up like another 200 points. We have to do. It's looking great. Let's take a look at the, you know what we haven't looked at in a while? Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Frankie, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome in. Saucerification. Welcome in. I like hearing people that are tuning in for the first time. Anybody else tuning in for the first time? I'm glad I can help you guys out. Tune in whenever you have time. And the thing is, because the live stream is actually published to the channel, so if you can't tune in, even if you can only tune in live for a few minutes, you catch the back half, to ask some questions. You can always go to the published video and kind of catch up on it later. And sometimes, honestly, what you can do real quick before we take a look at this chart, what you can do and what I commonly do, a lot of times I'm not even watching YouTube. If I like a channel, you don't need to necessarily see the screen, okay? You can tune into the channel and you can listen to what I'm saying and you're still getting caught up, right? You don't need to necessarily look at the chart. You can listen to the words that I'm using and just do auditory only and not visual. So just food for thought for you guys. Bitcoin dominance, again, we were in this topping zone. This is on the monthly. And I identified this zone here as a topping zone for Bitcoin dominance. This is on a weekly, actually. Sorry. This is on a weekly. And we got out of that topping zone. So the question is, are we going to go higher or not? Again, I identified 53 to 58% as the likely topping zone once the descending triangle / bear flag became invalidated. We haven't hit that 53 area. The highest we went was 52.18. Now, if we go to a monthly, on the monthly, I mean, to me, this thing looks like it still wants to churn up. The MACD looks like Bitcoin dominance still wants to churn up. We could cross here. Stochastic RSI looks fine. What kind of a noise was that? And RSI could still churn higher, for sure. So this is a tough call. I think what we could end up doing, I'll theorize what we're going to do here. We're going to back test around this level at like 49%. We're at 49.9. We might back test 49%, but then when Bitcoin makes the explosive move that I suspect it's going to make, it's going to temporarily capture this region right up here between 53 and 58. We're going to temporarily capture that region as Bitcoin starts to run harder than the alts, and then eventually it's going to fade. And you're eventually going to have a moderate alt season, and then you're going to get your massive alt season once Bitcoin breaks $70,000. You're going to have a massive altcoin season at that point, the likes of which people have either not seen before or need to get their memory refreshed in terms of how hard this market can run. This is total monthly. Yeah, I mean, this is speaking to the low volatile nature of the market right now. You see this right here. And again, we spent a lot of time talking about it yesterday. But it's unfortunate that there's a lot of people that can't read charts, because if you were able to read charts, one of the things you'd be able to pick up beyond all the multiple of things I've shared on this channel is the volatility is at the historic low rate. The Bollinger Bands are compressed on so many of these charts. We're due for a massive breakup. So if you're reading a lot of these charts and it's leading you into a bullish direction, and the volatility in Bollinger Bands are so compressed that it's telling you a very big volatile move is in store very soon, very soon, either up or down, well, that would lead you to conclude that the most probable direction for price is up, and it's going to be an explosive move up. Okay, again, it's just, there are no certainties. It's just using these different data points to kind of come to a conclusion. And the beautiful thing is there's a beauty in being correct, and there's a beauty in being incorrect. Let's take the former first, or the latter. The beauty in being incorrect is there's something you can learn about that, right? There's something that didn't pan out the way you thought, and it provides you an opportunity to step back and say, what can I learn from this? The beauty of something going right is that you fucking nailed it, and you were spot on, and you exercised your due diligence, and it fucking worked out, So I feel very convicted that the market is going to make a large move up. And I've said this on this channel before. If you've been on Twitter Spaces, if you've been on YouTube channels, if you've read Twitter posts, and you read about someone saying that the stock market has been diverging from crypto for a long time now. Guys, I have shared on this channel enough the positive correlation which exists between crypto and the traditional markets, okay? Positive correlation means they move in the same general direction. Right now, which is not atypical, we are lagging traditional markets, okay? We've been lagging, I've said this, since around like April, okay? Once crypto makes the explosive move up that I am anticipating shortly, it's going to catch up to that gap, okay? And you're going to see we're going to far outpace traditional markets, in my opinion. So you really need to dig deeper than surface level knowledge. I sometimes am taken back by the fact that the people with the loudest voices and the biggest microphones in the room, sometimes, not all of them, no, there's great people some people with large followings They have great content. I'm just saying sometimes, not all the time. But sometimes people with the loudest voices, the biggest stick that try to make the biggest noise in the room, they're the people that look at surface level information and don't go a step beyond that, right? So, look, I do my best to fill you guys in on what's going on. We're going to take a look at Solana, actually, because I'm considering doing a Solana video. I try to go a step beyond, and what you need to understand about me, if you're new to this channel, like this one individual said here, Saw Certification, I am monumentally passionate about this space. And I genuinely enjoy teaching, and I genuinely enjoy helping other people, right? It's one of the things that I'm sort of exercising in my life as a passion, and also something I feel I'm good at, which is teaching, right? So I'm genuinely trying to just come out here and just share what I'm seeing in the charts, right? Take it for what it's worth, but it's just genuinely what I see. Solana right now, I've seen a lot of bearish shit about Solana, but guys, when you look at this chart, I want you to forget the fact that this project is named Solana. You can call it HBAR, you can call it XRP, you could fucking call it Caspa, which, by the way, Caspa has been on fucking fire. Look at this. Market is, track is on fire. Oh, Synapse is up. Nice. Caspa just keeps going up. Once it breaks that 4.3 cent mark, thing's going to explode, in my opinion. But anyway, and if you didn't catch my, I want to throw this out. I'll let you read this. So as you know, I've been doing, and I shared this in the video on Caspa. If you have not seen the video on Caspa that I just released on Monday, you better make sure to check that out, okay? I never offer financial advice on this channel. I don't even hint at financial advice. I probably repeat myself at least one time every single channel that I do not give financial advice. I'm telling you that for this, and I choose my words carefully, I believe that this is perhaps, from a fundamental perspective, the technology, this is perhaps the most excited I've been about a project since Hedera Hashgraph, okay? And in the research I've done, you can read my tweet here. By this week or next week, I will have 10x my initial position. That's how convicted I am on Caspa, okay? I feel fucking fantastic about the technology. I feel fucking fantastic about the community. It's a community-driven project, and I want to take my hat off to the tip my hat to the Caspa community, because they've expressed a lot of love, and video got a lot of love as well. So just wanted to say I appreciate that. I will be putting out more videos on that project. So the beautiful thing here is, again, if you just forget for a moment what this chart is, how can you not say this is bullish? I mean, this is like, this is like a stair-step function up, guys. Look at this. Come on, seriously. And now we had a massive correction. We had this line of resistance here. We've broken out from it, okay? So really, I have all these areas of resistance here, but I am expecting Solana to go massively higher. Massively higher. We hit a high of 267. You know, I expect it to at least double that price value. Now, I have not done an analysis in terms of price projections. We're not going to do that right now. But I would suspect Solana is going to at least double the prior price that it was at 260, which would put it at 520. Guys, we're sitting at 23 bucks. I mean, that's more than a 20x from here. That's just my view. I could be completely dead wrong. I'm just saying I would take an educated guess without even taking a look at a trend-based fib extension analysis on the impulse waves that this thing is going to at least twice as high as 260 at 520. We don't have enough data on the price indicators. I just wanted to quick take a look at this one and say, look, we are right in this zone right here, okay? Once we start getting above 26 and then 36, really 61, like 60 bucks, it looks like 60 bucks. Once we get a monthly close on Solana above 60 bucks, that's when things are going to start to heat up. Guys, I will take just a couple charting questions because I want to call it a day shortly. I'll take one charting question, and then I'll try to leave some of these live streams. What I like to do is when I don't leave time for TA Q&A, I will leave extra time the next live stream. So since I'm only taking one charting question, I will leave a lot of extra time tomorrow. What chart? Give me one chart you want me to take a look at. Frankie, I mentioned Caspa having a good chart a few weeks ago in your chat. Well, fucking I'm giving a few hearts to that. I know that it was, I don't know when I had tweeted about Caspa, and maybe you were one of the people I was thinking of, but I was seeing it getting a lot of attention, seeing a lot of chatter about it. That's what got me looking into it. And when I looked at the chart and I saw the, we'll take a look at injective protocol. There we go. When I looked at the chart and I saw the chatter about it, I thought, I'm just going to establish a really small position size here because I love this chart. Put a little bit in. And then as I started reading about the fundamentals, I very quickly discovered, wow, might have come into a little bit of a gold mine here. Definitely need to increase my position size. So that's why I've substantially increased my position size. Let's take a look at, saucerification. We're going to look at injective protocol. So for your benefit, I just put out check out my YouTube video, or check out my YouTube channel, excuse me. I just put out an extensive video on quant on Saturday. And it's gotten a lot of love from the quant community. We actually just looked at quant yesterday too, so we don't need to look at it. But check out my quant video. It should answer any questions that you have on my expectations. I did a pretty thorough analysis, so take a look at it. I don't know. What the hell should we look at? One day? This is the last chart I guess we looked at. Yeah, for right now, I mean, really the explosive move up was back here, right? We went from $1.27 all the way up to $10. Wow. Let's take a look at a weekly. Let's kind of zoom out here a little bit. So what am I seeing? What am I seeing? This is ticker symbol INJ, injective protocol. Oh, by the way, saucerification. I also did a video on injective protocol. So go back to my video on injective protocol. I did it a couple months ago. Check out how accurate or inaccurate my analysis was. I think you will find it was pretty spot on. The first thing I want to say about injective protocol, my friend, is that we need to clear $10. You can clearly see we're struggling with that psychological $10 area. One thing you need to understand, if you don't already, is that in the markets there are what are called psychological levels. Think about something going from a penny to a dollar. That dollar is such a psychological level, right? That's why oftentimes you want to front run the market. If you're looking to sell at $1, you want to sell it like 97 or 96 cents because oftentimes it won't hit it. In this case, we can't get above $10, not only because there's price confluence, but because of the market psychology of $10. Ooh, we can get to $9.40, but getting above $10 is, it's just the market psychology of paying $10 versus $9.40, right? Right now, we're sort of following this 20 simple moving average on the weekly. I'd like to see it maintain that relative level. The more in general, any time frame you look at, when we start to lose moving averages and we close below them, it's expressing weakness in the price. And then once we close below the moving average, it acts as resistance. I really want to see this 20 MA maintained. I don't want to start to see weekly closes go below the 20 moving average. But saucerification, I have your areas of price confluence. I got $6.50, $5.60, $5, and this huge zone between, it looks like $4.40 and $3. We never went as low as $4. Now, what could I see playing out here? Let's look at some price indicators. MACD. What's up, Ned? MACD. It's kind of twisting and turning. Nothing overly concerning, nothing bullish. Price right now is chipping and chopping with the rest of the market. It's a little indecisive. It doesn't know what it wants to do. It's sort of like my last girlfriend. Doesn't know what it wants to do. It's all right. She won't see this. She doesn't watch my live streams. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. So the MACD is chipping and chopping around. Stochastic RSI looks good. We're increasing in value. We're positive. We're above 20. Looking good. MACD for me is neutral. That's how I would describe it. RSI looks good. You know, even though the RSI is decreasing in value, we're still at 58. We're still good. It's all about price action. It's all about price action. If I go to a 3-day, again, so let me share this also with you. Ned, save your questions for tomorrow, my friend. I'm only taking one charting question today, but I'm going to open it up to a lot of TA questions tomorrow. If I was looking to establish a position here, or if I was looking to increase my position size, it is possible we could come down to this 560 area. You see how we've come down to this area multiple times? Now, one thing I would warn you. Thank you, Ned. I appreciate it. We do need more thumbs up. One thing I would warn you. We have come down to this area once, twice, and if we come down twice, 3 times, this area at 560 will become weaker. So I would be a little skeptical if we came down towards 560 that would hold. You might get an opportunity, believe it or not, this is a volatile market. You might get an opportunity if we come down to 560 to buy at between 5 and 440. I was waiting for 440 forever. I thought that would be the most opportune time to buy in. If we had gotten down to 440, I was going to scoop some up. We never got that low. But if we get down to 560, I'd be very careful about that area holding. Coming down multiple times to retest an area, like 3 different times like that, it increases the probability it's going to break. It doesn't get stronger. Now, where would I be looking to buy? I'd be looking to buy, personally, I would scale in right in this area, between the 50 simple moving average and 650. So if we came down to like this area here, I'm scooping some up. If we get down to 560, I'm waiting to see if it holds. If it doesn't hold, I'm buying all in this area, 5 to 440. I hope you found that helpful. Read Ned's comment. Very, very... Wait, what are you saying? Sorry, maybe I missed your comment. No, appreciate it. Yeah, the thing you guys don't realize if you're not a content creator, when you do actually hit the thumbs up button, and I hate repeating that, what happens is I've actually started an audiobook. Someone recommended an audiobook to me on how the YouTube algorithm works. And I'm trying to learn how the system works so that I can get my content out to more people. Well, one of the things that's going to help is when you guys hit the thumbs up and when you guys drop a comment, because what happens with the algorithm is it recognizes engagement. And if there's a lot of engagement on a video, it's going to start to recommend this channel where it makes sense to other people. Now, if no one's hitting the thumbs up and no one's dropping me comments, the algorithm isn't going to pick this up as much. As I always talk about probabilities, there's a much lower probability that it will be picked up in the algorithm. So, and Ned, I appreciate your comments. I'm just going to continually, at an increasing rate, churn out content that I think will be valuable for my audience. I'm going to continue to learn about the YouTube algorithm, and I think in time my channel will grow. I just have to be patient. So, but I appreciate the support, everyone. Tomorrow, I'm going to leave some more time at the end of the technical analysis that I plan on doing, given that nothing monumental happens tomorrow. One of these days, we're going to have an explosive move up, in my opinion. But given that nothing monumental happens in the charts tomorrow, I'll kind of cover a few charts. And then I'm going to leave it very open to chart anything you guys would like me to take a look at. So feel free to drop back tomorrow. I appreciate every single person who tuned in and taking time out of your day to watch the channel. So if you missed anything, make sure to just rewind. You can watch it in syndication. Share the video with at least one person. You can share it in Discord. You can share it in Twitter. You can share it wherever the hell you want. I'd really appreciate it. So until next time, everyone have a nice evening, and let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Take care, everybody.